light was perfect. What made you think of that?
I don't know. I think I saw it in a comic book somewhere.
You have to look around corners, see into the shadows.
Tons of gadgets, lots of demons. Vigilantes are nuts.
You are just afraid of the competition.
It changed everything.
I thought masks were only big in that other city. You gonna tell me who you are?
Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel. Now today what we've got for you guys is some new news on this year's DCTV Arrowverse crossover, as well as the upcoming Batwoman spin-off series. Yesterday we received some pretty cool news involving the Batwoman TV show, which was the confirmation that the pilot was officially ordered for it by the CW, meaning that it is one step closer to being a full-fledged show on the network as long as the pilot turns out well, which I'm sure it will. Another piece of news yesterday from the TCAs was that the CW's president confirmed a couple of pretty interesting details. The first of which was the fact that Bruce Wayne and Batman do in fact exist on Earth 1 because of what Oliver said mentioning Bruce Wayne back at the beginning of Season 6 of Arrow. But with that confirmation of Batman's existence, it was also stated that there are no current plans to bring Batman or Bruce Wayne into the Arrowverse physically. So that means we could get references in the crossover or in the Batwoman TV show, but at the moment that will be the extent of Batman's appearance. And the last thing said by the CW's president yesterday was some pretty great news, and that was when he said that there are no plans to end any of the current DCTV Arrowverse shows anytime soon. So that is great news for shows like Arrow and Supergirl that some people may have thought were going away soon. It is great to hear that the introduction of Batwoman to the DCTV lineup will not cause any of the current shows to get cancelled, so everything is safe for now. But away from yesterday's news, the big news today is the fact that they have cast the Kate Kane Batwoman for the crossover as well as her own spin-off series. The actress that will be playing Kate Kane is going to be Ruby Rose, who according to the press release has been in shows and movies like Orange is the New Black, John Wick Chapter 2, the upcoming film The Meg, and more. That is pretty crazy that the CW has gotten an actress that has been in some relatively big movies and shows. The only thing of hers that I'm actually familiar with would be John Wick Chapter 2, and that is a movie that I really did enjoy, and from what I remember, I think she did do a really good job in there as well. But other than John Wick, I'm not too familiar with her other work, but it seems like she will be pretty awesome as Batwoman with her background in a lot of action-heavy films and TV shows. With that said, I am very excited for this casting of Batwoman. I feel like the Arrowverse has always been cast so well. I really like all of the actors and actresses and the characters that they play, so I'm sure this casting was the right one, and I've never been disappointed with the casting up to this point, so I don't think it would change now. So very excited to see what comes next after this announcement. I would assume in a couple of months when we get closer to all of the DCTV shows coming back for their fall premieres and they start filming the crossover, I think that we will get probably a promotional poster or something showing off Batwoman in the crossover, but if not, I'm sure we will get some leaked behind the scenes pictures to go off of. But either way, very excited for this casting and excited for this year's supposedly smaller crossover as well as the Batwoman spin-off to come afterwards. And on the subject of a smaller crossover, we are supposedly not going to be having the Legends within the crossover, so that would mean that the crossover is just going to be Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, and then now Batwoman. So from some rumors and stuff that I've heard, I feel like the crossover this year could just be a very small kind of self-contained crossover to Gotham City, so we're going to most likely just have our main heroes go over to Gotham and help Batwoman out with whatever problem is there. So even if this year's crossover is not going to be as big of a scale as maybe Crisis on Earth X was, I think that having a smaller crossover and a more self-contained crossover will actually make this a pretty cool thing, and we're going to have sort of like a little mini Justice League team up here, so I think it's going to be very interesting. And again, after the casting of Batwoman, I'm just even more excited for this crossover and then her own spin-off series. But other than that, guys, what do you think of all of this news surrounding the Arrowverse and Batwoman? Are you happy that the show is moving forward, and what do you think of the casting of Ruby Rose as Batwoman? I want to know your thoughts on all of this down in the comments below. But until next time, guys, it's been Tazz. and I will see you guys in the next video.